Hey, Blue Table fans, Shawn here. Oh, hello, this is a little low. Hey, Blue Table fans. You like this shot of my couch? Yum. All right, folks, guess what? Oh, I got something in the mail. It's awesome. It's some Forge World books, but it's like Christmas. So, early in the game of 40K, there was, because originally Warhammer 40K was very, very creative, and the company just put out a lot of rule sets and no models. And in fact, that was true until pretty recently, actually, until like maybe 2012. And so there was always an interest in these larger models because Games Workshop had created this vast universe full of amazing wonders, and there weren't really models for them. So way back when, there were companies like ArmorCast who would make like the larger kits. So anyway, and then of course there was Forge World, and Forge World for many years, in fact back around about 2008, they ran into what a lot of businesses run into, which is very high demand for their product. They are, they were very successful, and of course that leads to quality control issues, but also backlogs. So anyway, but Forge World has really hit its stride and become not only a company that makes models, but also makes books. But it was still very disjointed because, as many of you may remember, it was a thing where you had to get your opponent's permission to play with Forge World pieces. So you didn't see them in tournaments, you didn't see them really even in casual public play, like down at your local game shop. So, but now with the release of 7th edition, it's kind of like, it's awesome, anything goes. So it's all legal. So these Forge World books are really a great resource, and you kind of, you've got the basic army books, but these things really are coming into their own, and they're an absolute blast. So I'm going to show you the ones that I got, and maybe give you an idea of what's out there. I think they're up to about volume 13, 14, something like that. So here's what I got. I got Imperial Armor 3, and this is called the Taros campaign, and this is 2nd edition, so they've revised everything. And yeah, and these books are incredible. They're like coffee table size books, huge, amazing quality. They should cost a ton more than they do. They cost, if I had to ballpark it, somewhere between like $50 and $80 per book. But they're just like, this has 274 pages in it, and the art is just, it's through the roof. And the beauty is they're also usable. They give you like, rules for all this stuff. And as far as I can tell, everything's been updated for 6th and 7th edition of the game. And so the Taros campaign has Tau stuff in it. Just going to give you a little teaser here. And also Imperial Guard. So you've got Elysian drop troops in this one, and I'm pretty sure there is it's just, the art in this is just ridiculous. Like you could spend weeks just going through one of these books and just having such an absolutely amazing time. So yeah, Imperial Guard. I love how they make the models. They Photoshop the actual GW models and make them into like these old, war photos. It's really, really absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna just flip through this really quick and show you what's going on. So anyway, they give you scenarios in them, so that's a lot of fun. And by the way, I've determined to collect all these books. In fact, every book other than fiction put out by Games Workshop, so that's going to be really quite a library. Okay, so here we go. So army lists, Elysian drop troops army list. So it's like there's multiple army books in here. So, and in fact, the regular hardbound army books I think are in the $45 to $50 range. for them, and then you get these books as 70, let's say, and they typically have at least 2 army lists in them. So, so an army book might be like 120 pages. Well, this is 274 pages, so it's really like multiple army books in the same thing, but it gives like this great story, and it's absolutely a ton of fun. So the Tau have like, you know, extra vehicles and stuff. D4chan has a really good Tau Tactica and explanation of all the units. Traditionally, Forge World has, like, the rules for Forge World stuff are a little bit on the weaker side, and I think that they did that in order to make it so that people want to, so people say, well, okay, go ahead and include it because Forge World isn't, you know, isn't that great. But now that they're kind of syncing everything up, yeah, when we get to this next one, which has Tyranids in it, I gotta tell you, there's some really good units in here that you are going to want to have. I've talked in the past about like Necron pylons and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a bunch of Tau, new Tau units in here, and I think that's it. I think there's no army list per se. Yep, that's it. So that's Taros campaign. Now, so that was Volume 3. Volume 4, this is now 2nd edition, so this is basically a revamped thing. And this is this is one of the few that I've actually read all the fiction through. And guys, I gotta tell you, it's kind of insanely awesome. So I mean, it's really just this amazing. I mean, the artwork is incredible. There's rules for the models like the Daimacharon, which I've talked about. I mean, this model is great in the game. I can't wait to include him. Yeah, you get the Barbed Hierodule. I actually have one of these on hand. And what else? The Haradan. So it's great for Apocalypse games, but also regular games like Molanthropes at 85 points. These guys are great. These guys are really absolutely amazing. So you got a lot of Tyranid critters in here, and Detachment D99 army list. So that I do believe is Elysians. Yeah, it's Elysians. Can't tell you how that's different than the other one, but it's pretty cool. You've got this is where the Vultures made their appearance. Oh, and the Red Scorpions. Oddly, Red Scorpions have gray armor. But yeah, Red Scorpions are cool. There's a ton of stuff that Forge World puts out for them. And boy, I would just, you know, be amazing would be to do a project where you did basically everything in this book. And they actually, Forge World for a while made a kit called the Unphalion base. And it was, we did a couple of these early on. I'm not sure, you know what's funny is on YouTube, like we have like 4,600 videos, but you can't get to all of them. For some reason, they're not all on our list, but we actually painted this up a couple times. I wonder if you look that up, if you'll be able to see it. So it's really an amazing story. It'd be great to do like an Elysian force, a Tyranid force, and a Red Scorpions force, and the Unphalion base. It is so amazingly cool. That picture of like a broodlord just squatting there on this outcrop, looking over the battlefield. Yeah, this is I gotta tell you, this is my favorite Forge World book right here. Okay, Siege of Vrax. Oh my gosh, I actually am not too familiar with this one. This is where Death Corps of Krieg come out. And so basically this is just a 3-parter. Let me, oh, and Chaos Renegades are in this one too. So here you go. So this is where you're gonna get, now right now they have a bundle on this, and I think it's like something, it's like $90 or $110 or something for 3 books. Just amazing. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody can look that up. And so, so this is part 1, Siege of Vrax part 1. So I'm just gonna flip through this really quick and tell you what's in it. This is one where I haven't read it all the way through. So you've got Dark Angels are in this one. Great art for that. Sorry, I gotta look at my face instead of this book. It's terrible. Forces of the Imperium, Death Corps of Krieg, Let's see if I can get to the army list here. Oh, this shows you a company. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, there's a challenge for you. Do a Death Corps company. It's great. The models are about $8 per infantry from Forge World. But, oh, it's incredible. A Gorgon assault vehicle. By the way, this carries 50 troops. So that's really amazing. I'm just, oh yeah, here it is, 430 points. Transport note, where is it? 50 models and 2 Cyclops remote control vehicles. So this one gives the rules for all this stuff. Here it is, Death Corps of Krieg Siege Regiment Army List. So this, just by itself, this should be called the Death Corps of Krieg Army Book, because you can get this. And by the way, if you're looking for alternate models, I wish I could remember the name of the company. There's a company that puts out really good models that would actually work awesome for this. Maybe a little too heavily armored. Sorry, I can't think of what they are offhand, but yeah, Death Riders. So Dark Angels, this isn't an army list, but it just shows them. Here we go, and here's another army list, Renegades and Heretics. So, so basically with Siege of Rax Part 1, which is Volume 5, so we have 3, 4, and 5 so far, you get basically 2 army books in there. It's just amazing. So that's what that looks like. Yeah, Chaos Renegades. Of course, now with like allies and multiple detachments and unbound armies, you can pretty much do what you want and use the Astra Militarum book. But not too bad. It's really cool stuff. Workers Rabble, 4 points per model, 20 to 40 workers. Awesome. That's the army you want. So there. Oh, hey, Chad. Nice of you to grace us with your presence. Okay, so 11. Yeah, I guess I'm missing. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have 8. Don't know what that is. 9 is Badab War Part 1. And then 10 would have to be Badab War Part 2. And then I've got, so I'm missing 10. I'm missing 8 and 10. And I have 11 and 12. So almost a complete set. It's great. Okay, Siege of Rax Part 2. Let's talk about that. Oh, and they come with these, each one comes with like these posters and maps and stuff in it. I mean, guys, this is, I'm surprised Forge World puts these out so inexpensively. I mean, this is, guys, this is deluxe stuff. Look at that, we should frame that, put that on the wall. It's really cool. Okay, so Siege of Rax Part 2. Here we go. I'm just going to flip through this. So more Death Corps. Oh yeah, we're going to get in some Chaos Space Marines here. So things escalate, like stuff just got real when the Space Marines show up, right? Oh, look at this art. Look at that ridiculous art. Amazing. Amazing! Love that character. So funny. Alright, so let's just keep going. Red Scorpions are in here. Death Corps of Krieg Engineers. Okay, here we go. So here's a unit. So in these books you're going to find army lists, but you're also going to find units for existing armies, like heavies, super heavies. But I've noticed they've started sprinkling in some lighter stuff, which is great. So Hades Breaching Drill, 50 points. Wonder if that... So you know what? Because they're coming out with like Volume 2. So whenever you see Imperial Armor Volume 2, boy, see if there's some Christmas inside for you. Because, yeah, there might be. So Hades Drill has 50 points. Has a range 12 inches, strength 8, AP 1, heavy 1, melt a 3-inch blast. That's awesome. I'm loving that. That is amazing. The breaching drill always begins play in reserve along with at least one squad of engineers and will always arrive in play via the deep strike special rules. Oh, it burrows up from underneath the ground. I'm sorry, that's just crazy. That is amazing. So it can tank shock. Against vehicles, it rams with strength 10 with the Melta special rule. That's great. This is well worth 50 points. Deep strike. Uses standard deep strike. Place the large blast. Merges. There are no any models, and then place are touched by the templates. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Wow, I just kind of stumbled on this. This is great, I love this. You know, for a while I thought, wouldn't it be great to do a squats army, and now you've got new Warhammer Fantasy dwarfs out, and that might not be bad. And plus those dwarfs from Titan Forge that I showed you, that'd be really great. Now listen to this is great. So Hades Breaching Drill, 50 points, so really, you know, not that much more than just a rhino, right? So listen to this. Firstly, because it burrows up from under the ground, place the large 5-inch blast marker where you wish the drill to emerge. Roll to scatter, so it's normal 2d6 scatter, and no scatter on a hit. There are no enemy models under the template, then place the drill centered on the point it emerges from. If any models, including bastions, etc., are touched by the template, they are hit by the breaching drill's melt-a-blast and whirling power blades as it emerges. Each model suffers a single strength 10 AP1 hit with the Melta special rule. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I want this. What? And it's an elites for Imperial Guard armies, but does not take up a slot in the force organization chart. That's insanely awesome. Oh yeah, okay, I'll take a bunch of these. Vehicles which are hit are struck as if using its side armor value. The drill is then centered at the point it emerges, and any surviving models caught in the blast are moved 1 inch away from the drill. Squad should be moved so they retain coherency. So this is like a 50-point Imperial Guard. Paul's over here wondering what it is I'm talking about. Yeah. It's the Hades Breaching. This thing's insane. Yeah? Yeah, dude. Yeah. It's just, hold on, let me get through that. I'll just hand it to you, okay? Okay. And so this is like a Moloch, but better. It's unbelievable. It doesn't get 2 hits, but everything it doesn't kill just gets moved to the edge. And I mean, if you took, because it doesn't even take up a slot on the force org chart. So if you took like 4 of these, you could just like rearrange the whole board just by having a bunch of them come up. That is incredible. Dangerous and difficult terrain has no effect from the emerging drill as it is shredded by the blast and cuttered, and small removable terrain should be taken off the table. In the case of large pieces of terrain, move the drill as it emerges so close to the target. Follow-up attack. Any engineer squads attached to the drill will automatically arrive the turn after it does and may be moved on the table from the point from which the drill emerged. These squads may move, shoot, and assault as normal on the turn they arrive and do not count as having arrived via deep strike.
It's a Moloch Trigon combo kit.
And, what is this? What is this sorcery? What do these engineers do? Here we go. 60 points for 5. Okay, that's pretty expensive. Shotgun, frag, and crack grenades. Additional engineers at 10 points each. Gas grenades. Okay, we'll find out what those are in a minute. Demolition charge. 1 may take a demolition charge. Voxcaster. The Watchmaster, that's like the champion. Yeah, it can take Melta-bombs. And they can assault the turn. Nothing in the game like they've been taking that out of the game. Right? Gene Stealers can't do this, but these guys apparently.
Gene Stealers not only can't do it now, they've been doing it for 2 editions.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, so hold on a second. Gas grenades. All right, you know what? You just have to get the book. I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Thanks for being a part, Paul. Appreciate it. Okay, Hades Breaching Drill. Yeah, get 4 of those right now. I command it. Here you go. Forces of Chaos. Chaplain Dreadnought, Siege Dreadnought, awesome. Renegades and Heretics, Servants of Slaughter. Here you go. Another Renegades and Heretics army list. Can't tell you much about it. Oh no, yeah, because this has Chaos Space Marines in it. Chimeras, Renegade Tank, Hellblade, Hell Talon. Those are flyers, Chaos Flyers. Look at this guy. He's not happy. He's had a rough life. And Julie! What's going on? I'm loving that. Okay. It's always nice when Julie comes by. By the way, Julie, John is not down there. There's no one to check off your project down there. Oh, here we go. Rules for Chaos Warhound Titan. Thank you very much. I think the Revenant Titan is in here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. All right, there you go. Guys, that's part 2. Gee, that breaching drill. What? Ah, didn't even know it. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, hold on, let me adjust this. We've only got 2 more books to go here. This is turning into quite a long segment. Okay, so here's volume 7, which is part of Siege of Vrax. So let's just take a look here. So probably not any new armies. So of course you have like these schematic type things. They're like these side views. I don't know how they do them. I think they actually take pictures of the figures and then apply some kind of effect to them. So oh yeah, this is incredible. Good laws. Oh, here's this thing. So this is when this came out. Brass Scorpion. Awesome fig, and that figure is like huge. It's like this big. It's just absolutely amazing. Where Demons Tread. Yikes. So got more red scorpions. God, look at this art. It's amazing. Grey Knights showing up. Yeah, you know it's on when the Grey Knights show up. Jeez. Seriously. Yikes. How's that gonna work? Okay, so what do we got here? Minotaur. Okay, here we go. A Minotaur is like a heavy tank here, 275 points. 2 structure points. Guys, this, yeah, I think these are not updated for, that'd be 6 hull points, by the way. So these are not updated for 7th edition. God, I cannot believe that Hades breaching drill. What is going on? Okay, here's an army list. See? So far, everyone had an army list in it. So here we go. Krieg Armored Battle Group. So that's like an army you can play for this game. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And boy, there are a ton of Deathcore of Krieg stand-in figures out there. I wish I could tell you particular companies. But here we go. Blight Drone of Nurgle. Great, absolutely great. I've gone up against these guys. They're not fun. So they've got you've got a vomit. A Maw cannon has vomit and phlegm settings, and the vomit is strength 6, AP 4, and that's a template weapon, so like a flamer, and that is amazing. Explosion of Pus. Treat all destroyed wrecked results as destroyed explodes results instead. Oh, that is incredible. Fast attack for demons or Chaos Space Marines. If they include at least 1 unit of Plague Marines. So not bad, great figure. Absolutely amazing. And really something you do with, bye Julie. Bye. Something that you could do some really cool conversion with. Here it is, Chaos Reaver Titan. Thank you very much. Boom. What is going on with that? In fact, I think I missed the Imperial Reaver Titan. Just under 1,500 points. So basically a whole army just by itself. Absolutely amazing. 6 structure points, which if I didn't miss something, that's the equivalent of 18 hull points. It's amazing. 4 void shields. Jeez Louise. Tower. Oh yeah, the weapons on this thing just go on and on. It's Angrath the Unbound. You say got like greater demons and stuff. Oh, and here's an army list. Look at that. Renegades and Heretics, Servants of Decay. So yeah, that is great. Yeah, one or 2 army lists in every single one of these books. It's amazing. Okay, and then the last one is this is new. So this is Imperial Armor Apocalypse. Booyah. That's all I gotta say there. So this is kind of the familiar. This is updated for sure. So this is the familiar format where it goes by army and gives you like the the stat lines. So you got Space Marines. Yeah, look at these. This is basically where you get the rules to all this Forge World stuff. Amazing. Oh, here you go, Contemptors. Now these are very, very popular. I actually think they look way better than the regular Space Marine Dreadnought. People love them. They're pretty expensive. They're like higher than most tanks, but they do have 13 front armor and atomantic shielding. What is that? Hold on, I'm actually looking. See page 6 for details. Let's find out what this is. There we go. It's so fun to review this stuff. Just love it. I should know this. A lot of them. Here it is. Defense generators, invulnerable 5-up against shooting attacks and explosions, and a 6-up invulnerable in close combat. But if it explodes, add 1 inch to the range of the blast. That's awesome. Okay, so ballistic skill 4, weapon skill 5. That's pretty amazing. And it's fleet. That is really just great. And absolute ton load. Like you would really just not believe the different weapons that can come on this thing. Absolutely amazing. The presence of targeting augury adds +1 to the Contemptor Dreadnought's ballistic skill. Ah, so ballistic skill 5. Awesome. Is that something you buy? Yeah, it's something you buy. It's carapace mounted cyclone missile launcher, extra armor, okay, heavy conversion beamer, relic weapons. All right, anyway, so there's that. Let's keep going. So, Blood Angels Contemptor, Space Wolves Contemptor, Space Marine Contemptor Mortis pattern. Just, guys, it just keeps going. You got rules for a Thunderhawk in here. God, that's not bad. 700 and some odd points. So let's see here. Reaper and Jealous Assassination Fort. Oh, now you're into the formations, battle formations. This formation consists of 1 to 3 Thunderhawk gunships. Amazing. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Iron Cyclone Dreadnought Drop Strike. Yeah, amazing. Some of these are repeats. Some repeats. And Forge World can get a little confusing. Here's your Greater Brass Scorpion of Cahorn. So, and by the way, that'd be an interesting way to get around the different editions, is to just give them different names, you know. This is, yeah, that's right around 700 points. Just, guys, amazing stuff. All right, well, I could go through this, but, you know, I think you kind of know the score to it. Love these pylons. I already talked about these Necron pylons. I think they're great. Not sure how big they're going to be in real life. I think they're about 6 inches tall. So guys, that's my new books. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to fill out this collection. I actually had to sell all of my Imperial Armor books a couple years back during some lean times. That was very sad for me. But yeah, they arrived in really good condition. I'm really excited. So thanks for tuning in. And I hope you got your information for the day. What? I'm going to go over these other ones. So let's go to, let's skip 9. That's Bada War. In fact, let me just flip through this really quick. This one is going to have, let's see, Astral Claws. Yeah, a bunch of Space Marines rather. See if I can find an army list in here. Figure out what. I'm actually not too familiar with this one. And here we go. This is special characters. Sorry you got to look at me while I'm looking through this, but I can't really show you the book like verbatim. Here you go. This is an army list for Tyrants, Legion, Defenders of Badab. So that's your army list that you get in that one. Okay, let's go to 11. Now this is my one of my favorite ones, is Doom of Mimera, and that has Eldar in it, a really amazing Eldar list. So it's Craft World Mimera, and great color scheme. You see me do kind of my take on this. And so you got, of course, Imperial Guard. In fact, Imperial Guard really feature in a lot of these. Okay, Bran Red Maws, great company. I think this could be an army list here. Actually, I don't think it is. There you go. So you've got this is where the shadow specters show up. That is just ridiculous art. Absolutely amazing. Just love that. Here it is. Eldar Corsairs. This is an army list. We've actually done quite a few of these. They're really cool. An absolutely ridiculously cool army list. Very mobile. Let me just get to the troops here. Corsair Squad is let's see. Combat weapons options. Hold on. Oh, they can take Corsair jetpacks. So that's kind of their claim to fame. And they have Las Blasters, which in previous videos I've talked to you that they have effectively the killing power of Storm Bolters. So absolutely not too bad. So you've got Wasps, which are like War Walkers with like jetpacks or something like on them. They've got some cool rules to them. They've got rules for the what the heck is it? The Warp Hunter. This is an absolutely amazing figure. I did a piece on that. In fact, I've done a lot of videos. It has a distortion cannon, which it has two settings. One is the Aether Rift setting, which is a template weapon, and it's a D cannon. So and it shoots. It's kind of like semi-torrent. You can go, actually, the narrow end can go 6 inches out. So it has like this 14-inch reach to it, and it is absolutely incredible. So what happens is, so there's no cover saves, and D cannons wound on a 2+ and inflict instant death on a 6. Against models with an armor value, you get a glance on a 2 through 4 and a pin on a 5. So guys, this thing is not too bad. I definitely recommend Warp Hunters. Now, if you have just a little tip here, if you have a Wraith Knight, it has like 3 different shooting weapons on it. So if you don't use one of those, you can actually make a really good D cannon conversion for a fire prism. So you magnetize the slots there, and you can use that Wraith Knight piece on there and call it a Warp Hunter. So there you go. Got a lot of stuff going on in here. All right, Phantom Titan is also in this book. That is an amazing model. That's just, I mean, it's a showpiece. It's 2,500 points, and you just, it's basically an army unto itself. And if you have one of these, boy, make sure you have 20,000 points of Eldar to go with it, so it doesn't look out of place. All right, guys. Fall of Orpheus. That's 12. I'm actually not sure which one they're on. I don't think they're to 13 yet, but I could be wrong. Horus Heresy might be 13. Guy, I guess I'm displaying my ignorance on this matter. But there you go. It's okay to say you don't know something. This one has Necrons in it, so at long last the Necrons getting some attention. What armies aren't in Forge World books? Offhand, Dark Eldar. Haven't seen any love for the Dark Eldar. So this has an army list called Dark Harvest in it. So it's got this cool Necron bomber thing in it. So basically, yeah, you pick up this book and then there's Minotaurs, and the Minotaurs have an army list in here as well. That's what they look like. Kind of a pretty bland color scheme, but if you brighten that brass up and you darken the red up, I think it could really be something that makes me happy. So yeah, this is good stuff. It's really good stuff. Oh, and Deathcore again. What? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, and a piece of paper randomly. Okay, guys, that's it. This turned into, I guess, a half hour of me going off on these books, but they really are absolutely fantastic. So visit Forge World website and get some books, because this is really a way to get a very unique army. Thanks for tuning in.